After the Attitude Era faded into history, professional wrestling faced a crisis it had never truly dealt with before. The icons were gone. Hulk Hogan was no longer the standard bearer. Steve Austin had walked away. The Rock had crossed over to Hollywood. WWE needed more than a champion, it needed a constant. Someone who could carry the company night after night, city after city, year after year. What followed was not a smooth transition, but the rise of one of the most polarizing figures the industry has ever known. John Cena. Loved, hated, booed louder than anyone before him, yet trusted with the future of an entire company. This is the story of how John Cena became the face of WWE, and why no one since has ever truly replaced him. John Felix Anthony Cena was born on April 23, 1977, in West Newbury, Massachusetts. The second of 5 brothers, Cena grew up in a hyper-competitive household where toughness was expected and weakness wasn't tolerated. Sports dominated his childhood. Football, wrestling, bodybuilding, they weren't just hobbies, they were a way of life. Unlike many future wrestlers, Cena didn't grow up dreaming of main events and championships. His early path was aimed elsewhere. In the late 1990s, Cena attended Springfield College, where he became an NCAA Division III All-American center on the football team. He was powerful, disciplined, and relentless. But when football ended, reality hit hard. The structured path he had followed his entire life suddenly disappeared. Instead of chasing another league, Cena turned inward, throwing himself into bodybuilding. The gym became his obsession. His body transformed, and with it, his confidence. It was this transformation that caught the attention of people inside the wrestling business. They didn't just see size, they saw presence. They saw intensity. They saw someone who looked like he belonged under bright lights. In 1999, John Cena began training at Ultimate Pro Wrestling in California. Wrestling was far different from football. Strength alone wasn't enough. Timing, pacing, psychology, Cena had to learn it all from scratch. For 2 years, he grinded through small venues, long drives, and little recognition, slowly molding himself into a performer. By late 2000, WWE noticed. Cena was invited to a SmackDown taping for a tryout match. It wasn't spectacular. It didn't make headlines. But it was enough to convince the company to invest in him. Cena signed a developmental contract and was sent to Ohio Valley Wrestling, WWE's proving ground. There, he entered one of the most legendary developmental classes in wrestling history. Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, Dave Bautista. All future main eventers. All competing for the same opportunity. Wrestling under the name The Prototype, Cena immediately stood out. He wasn't just strong, he was confident. He wasn't just athletic, he understood how to command attention. In OVW, he captured both the World Championship and the Tag Team Championship, quietly proving he could lead. Vince McMahon was watching. In early 2002, Cena began appearing at WWE live events, preparing for the jump to the main roster. Just days after McMahon told the locker room they needed more ruthless aggression, a new face appeared on SmackDown. On June 27, 2002, John Cena answered Kurt Angle's open challenge. He lost the match. But the loss didn't matter. What mattered was the confidence, the intensity, and the refusal to be intimidated. Cena made an impact immediately. Over the next few months, he worked with established stars like Chris Jericho and Los Guerreros. His in-ring skills improved rapidly, but something was still missing. The crowd reaction was lukewarm. The character felt unfinished. Behind the scenes, doubts grew. Over the years, it has become WWE folklore that Cena came dangerously close to being released during this period. Whether myth or reality, his momentum clearly stalled. Then one moment changed everything. Stephanie McMahon reportedly overheard Cena freestyling and rapping on a bus. The confidence was natural. The delivery was effortless. She suggested he try it on television. What followed was the birth of the Doctor of Thugonomics. Debuting on the Halloween 2002 episode of SmackDown, Cena transformed into a trash-talking rapper who verbally dismantled opponents before stepping into the ring. The reaction was immediate. The audience woke up. Cena had found his voice. This wasn't a forced gimmick. This was authenticity. With the new persona, Cena exploded in popularity. He defeated Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and even The Undertaker. Suddenly, he wasn't just surviving, he was thriving. His rise led to a collision course with WWE champion Brock Lesnar. Cena didn't win the title, but the feud elevated him into the company's upper tier. The next test came on July 27, 2003, at Vengeance. John Cena faced The Undertaker. Cena lost the match, but earned the dead man's respect afterward, a silent endorsement that spoke louder than any victory. Soon after, Cena transitioned into a babyface, a decision that would define the next decade of WWE. His focus turned to the United States Championship, and at WrestleMania 20, he defeated The Big Show to win his first main roster title. It was a breakthrough moment. But no one yet understood what was coming. John Cena wasn't just climbing the mountain. He was about to become the most controversial top star WWE had ever created. And this was only the beginning. Winning the United States Championship at WrestleMania 20 didn't just mark John Cena's first major success on WWE's main roster, it marked the moment the company began to see him as something more. Over the next several months, Cena defended the title with confidence and consistency, taking on challengers like Rob Van Dam, Rene Dupree, and Booker T. His Best of 5 series with Booker T in particular showed that he wasn't just a character anymore. He could go in the ring. He could tell stories. He could deliver under pressure. In October 2004, Cena finally lost the United States Championship to a debuting Carlito. The loss, however, wasn't a step backward. Instead, it became a transition point. Shortly after, Cena was written off television following a storyline stabbing angle involving Carlito's bodyguard. The real reason was simple. Cena was leaving to film WWE's first major in-house movie project, The Marine. It was an early sign that the company viewed him as more than just a wrestler. He was becoming a brand. When Cena returned in early 2005, he immediately reclaimed the United States Championship. But by then, something much bigger was forming. WWE was searching desperately for its next true face. With Steve Austin gone and The Rock no longer full-time, the company narrowed its future down to 2 men: John Cena and Dave Bautista. The direction became clear at the 2005 Royal Rumble. Cena and Bautista were the final 2 men left standing. The ending was chaotic, even botched, but the symbolism was undeniable. WWE's future stood in the ring. Bautista would go on to win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 21, but Cena had his own destiny waiting. At WrestleMania 21, John Cena defeated JBL to win the WWE Championship. It was more than just a title change. It was a statement. Cena wasn't a project anymore. He was the guy. The new standard. The new face of SmackDown. As the months passed, it became increasingly clear that Cena wasn't just connecting with audiences, he was connecting with children. Merchandise sales skyrocketed. Arena reactions grew louder. WWE saw what it needed to see.